Park Stadium as the Greyhounds are just about to take the field here, and they are taking the field now as we come back from break. And Lower Dauphin will take the field here shortly alongside J.D. Davidson. We got Bobby coming running the camera for us tonight. J.D., just to, kind of hit some couple things here before we have to run our last pregame commercial break. Let's look back to last year's game between these two teams. The score I might have typed it down wrong. 24-23 overtime?
Yes, sir. 24-23 overtime.
Shippensburg squeaked that one out. Hard-fought, tough win. And, as you said before we went to break, Shippensburg's no stranger to close games themselves. But looking back to last week's game, the defense bent, but they didn't break. Mifflin County was moving the ball at times, but the Greyhounds stiffened up when they need to on defense and shut down the Huskies.
Yeah, they're going to continue to do that. Maybe force a turnover, like they did last. Well, it really wasn't enforced. It was a bad throw, but get an early turnover, but that don't break. And one of those, it's good. We're in the meeting for both teams, and we'll have more time at halftime. We'll get into where the rankings are, where these teams are in the rankings for the playoffs. But really, Lower Dauphin cannot afford another loss if they have aspirations to make the playoffs. Shippensburg still got some wiggle room. They could probably absorb another loss, but then after that, you pretty much got to run the table after that. So it's a key game for the division. It's a key game for if you got aspirations to make the playoffs.
Yeah, as we talked about there on the drive up, they're tied for first with Redland currently in the conference, and that's a game that's 2 weeks away. But focusing on tonight, JD, what are the keys for the Greyhounds to come out of here with a win against this Falcons team?
Just continue to do what you do. Get that running game going, mix the passing game in, let your linemen on the defensive side of the ball. Hopefully they get some pressure on the quarterback. If not, you're going to bring extra people, and they'll do that occasionally. Just play solid defense. Don't let anybody get behind you, and make the tackles when you can. The only touchdown Mifflin County had last week, it looked like he should have been stopped, and unfortunately, poor tackling on it led to the touchdown.
So you have a score prediction before we go to break here?
Nope.
All right. We'll step aside here for our last commercial break, and on the other side, it'll be kickoff here at Hershey Park Stadium between your Greyhounds and the Falcons. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com. The sports
businesses that truly care about quality. Shop for yourself or get a gift for any occasion. Shipping is available nationwide. Visit 11 Oaks Farms on Facebook at 11oaksfarms.com. In person at call 717-360-8249.
Rosenberry Superior Septic Services provides septic tank pumping and township reports, septic system maintenance and repairs, and PSMA certified real estate septic inspections. We also manufacture concrete septic tank line of pumps, filters, risers, and supplies. Rosenberry Superior Septic Services, 8885 Pineville Road, Shippensburg. Phone 717-532-4026.
Shippensburg Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, with offices in Shippensburg, Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Newville, specializes in orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Our therapists are experts in utilizing the most current therapy techniques, from hands-on manipulation to therapeutic exercise and aquatic therapy. We are a locally owned and operated practice and have a vested interest in the individual patient and community. Shippensburg Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, online at shippt.com. Phone 717-477-8030.
Great outdoors, great history, great entertainment, great relaxation. Your great moments are waiting in Franklin County. Let the Franklin County Visitors Bureau help you plan your visit to the beautiful Cumberland Valley. Visit explorefranklincountypa.com or call 717-552-2977 or
that's 532-3740, or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmons family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmons Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmons Oil at 532-3740. The Timmons family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. and go Greyhounds.
Fall and holiday parties mean dirt tracked into your home. To keep your house looking great this holiday season, call Advantage ChemDry and Advantage Flooring, 532-9977, and we will bring you a state-of-the-art carpet cleaning. Our carpet and upholstery cleaning is safe and non-toxic. We use a deep carbonated cleaning that resists resoiling, dries in 1 to 2 hours, and lifts the carpet pile to restore appearance. Call us today, 532-9977, 532-9977.
We are just about to kick it off here at Hershey Park Stadium. Shippensburg Greyhounds versus the Lower Dauphin Falcons. Set to kick it away for the Falcons will be number 39, Connor Kreiser. And back deep to receive for the Hounds will be Julio Gonzalez and Christian Souders. Kick is away. Received at about his own 17 is Souders. Brings it out to his own 29, and that's where the Greyhounds are going to set up shop for their first offensive possession tonight.
Lower Dauphin won the toss. They deferred the second half, so they got apparently a lot of confidence in their defense. And, Shippensburg got on offense to begin the game.
So here we go, first down and 10 for the Greyhounds at their own 29-yard line. Macheski will be the receiver near side here to us. They're going left to right if you're listening on your radio dial. Mike Sevier now flanked out far. They'll hand it off up to middle. Not much there. Carruthers Jr. with the carry.
He was met in the hole by the linebacker, number 6, Michael Dugan, for a short gain of 2 yards.
So it'll be second down and 8 coming up here for the Greyhounds.
5 down linemen for the Falcons.
Looking to stop the run here, as that is what the Greyhounds have gone to the whole season primarily. Hernandez, the other back in the backfield with Carruthers Jr. Carroll's going to drop back to throw, complete to Macheski, and not for a first down. A little bit of a tight throw there, but gets it to Macheski.
Yeah, he led Macheski. Linebacker undercut it, and he was, he had it well covered on the inside, but they got behind him and were able to pick up the first down at the 41.
So first down and 10 now for the Greyhounds at their own 41. Sevier, the receiver near side. Macheski's the far side receiver. Carruthers Jr. and Hernandez, the backs in the backfield. They'll give it to Hernandez coming this way. Hernandez gets to the outside. Tackled just across midfield, just short of the first down marker. Good yardage there on the first down carry for Hernandez.
Yeah, it doesn't look like maybe Lower Dauphin has quite the speed to get out. Hernandez was able to get outside on that and picked up a nice downfield block by Sevier for a 9-yard run out to the 50.
So second down and 1 coming up here for the Greyhounds. Macheski, near side receiver. Sevier, far side receiver. Garvin, the tight end. Hernandez and Carruthers Jr., the backs in the backfield. Carroll under center. They're going to toss it, going away from us to Carruthers Jr. Carruthers Jr. trying to get to the sideline. Carruthers Jr. fumbles the football.
Out of bounds, though.
Fumbled it at about, looked like the 30-yard line is where he got brought down and fumbled it. So it's enough for a first down. They're going to mark it back at about the 33-yard line in Falcons territory. So that's enough for a Greyhounds first down.
Yeah, Lower Dauphin's got 9 guys stacked up inside the box. Like I said, it doesn't look like they got quite enough speed to get the outside. The last 2 runs were wide for Shippensburg, 9 and 17.
First down and 10 for the Greyhounds. Carroll's going to roll to his right, looking to throw. Now he's going to cut up. Pass. Wide open, Carruthers Jr. Carruthers Jr. Inside the 10, brought down at about the 8.
Little roll out to the side. Got the kick out block. Carroll stepped up inside it. Nobody covered Carruthers Jr. in the flat. Turns into a nice gain inside the 10 down to the 8.
You're listening to the Greyhounds on the F&M Trust Sports Network. That's on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio WIOO Carlisle. First and goal from the 8 for the Greyhounds on their first possession tonight. Sevier, the receiver near side, Macheski far side, Hernandez and Carruthers in the backfield. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. Left side. Gets a couple yards there.
Yeah, he did a good job of following Hernandez into the hole, and he should have followed him more up the field. He tried to cut it outside and got cut down after about a 2-yard gain.
Second and goal coming up here for the Greyhounds. Macheski, far side receiver, Sevier near side. Hernandez and Carruthers Jr., the backs in the backfield. They'll give it to Hernandez up the middle. Hernandez gets some yardage, gets thrown forward as well as he's brought down, so he'll gain a couple more yards there on his carry. That'll be a third down and goal coming up.
Yeah, nice explosive run by Hernandez right up the middle. Gets it to the 3.
So third and goal coming up here from the 3 for the Greyhounds. Sevier, the far side receiver. Macheski near side. Carruthers Jr. and Hernandez in the backfield. Carroll under center. They'll toss it to Carruthers Jr. Far side going away from us. Carruthers Jr. nothing there. That play was blown up. Number 9, Hunter Strom, one of the Falcons, in on the tackle. And the Greyhounds are going to go for it here on fourth down.
Loss of a yard back. Carruthers Jr. just a little indecisive what he wanted to do and slowed down and came to a stop and took the hit. Just put your foot in the ground and go.
JD, do you like the early call here going forward on fourth down with where the ball is on the field?
Well, that's from that near from the far hash mark there. That's a tough angle in high school football. So yeah, I don't have a problem going with it here.
Fourth down and goal from the 4 for the Greyhounds. Carroll's going to roll out to his right, looking to throw. Now cuts it up the field. Pulls it down as no one was open, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Hunter Strom from the Falcons was there on the sack. And the Greyhounds will turn it over on downs after coming up empty on that long drive to start the game.
Yeah, they weren't able to seal up the edge on that, and Carroll stepped up inside then. There was pursuit from the inside, and I'm not sure, Majeski might have been open for a split second, but that was about it.
So the Falcons will start from their own 6 for their first offensive possession in the pistol formation. Rolling to his right, throwing, pass complete. For looks like no gain. Braden Heckard, the quarterback, and completes the pass to number 2, Tyler Newman.
Eby with the tackle out there in the flat after a short 1-yard gain.
So it'll be second down and 9 coming up here for the Falcons. They'll put a receiver on each side, and we'll come out in the pistol formation. Looks like Strom in the backfield behind Heckard. And they got the Greyhounds to jump off sides there.
That's just a dumb penalty. Second offensive play, you jump off sides.
So now it'll be a second down and 4 for the Falcons. Trying to give themselves a little bit of breathing room here from getting away from their own end zone. They'll hand it off up the middle to Strom, and not much there.
11 Hauser, and did not quite get who was on. Maybe Eby crashing in from the outside.
Caleb Hauser in on the stop there for the Greyhounds. It'll be a third down and 4 now. Coming up under 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. We'll come out in the pistol formation. 2 receivers each side, or receiver each side, excuse me. Man in motion coming towards us. They'll hand it off up the middle to Strom, right side. And gets enough for the first down to move the chains for the Falcons.
Sevier, the defensive back that time, his receiver went in motion. He went on the blitz and he missed him in the backfield, and he was able to get a big gain for a first down out to the 19.
So first down and 10 from their own 19 now for the Falcons. The receiver each side will send the wing back in motion. They'll be in the pistol, and they'll hand it off left side coming towards us. Flag thrown there for a holding as they give it to Strom. Strom breaks a tackle, brought down by Noah Garvin in Greyhounds territory at the 30, and Garvin slow to get up. But there is a flag back.
Like you said, holding. They were holding Hauser there on the corner,
and it is that holding penalty. So that's going to negate the long run there by Hunter Strom.
Ten-yard penalty moves it all the way back to the 10-yard line for Lower Dauphin. Now they're in first and long. First and 14. Or excuse me, first and 19.
Now the officials are going to talk it over here. 4:48 remaining in the opening quarter. Choose UPMC for your orthopedic and sports medicine care. For locations and services close to home, visit upmc.com/centralpaortho. So first and 19 for the Falcons at their own 10-yard line. They're going to run the option pitch to the right side. Oh, tried to cut it back. Trying to get the number here.
71. Yeah, somebody forced him to cut back inside, and
Noah Goldsmith was the one on the tackle there for the Greyhounds. Number 7, Mateo Congia Losi was the ball carrier. So it'll be second down and 18 for the Falcons coming up. They'll do two receivers far side. Now they'll motion the slot man towards us. They'll do the triple option. The pitch mishandled. Loose football. A mad scramble for it. The Greyhounds trying to scoop it up, but they'll fall on it, and the Greyhounds recover the fumble inside the 10-yard line.
Looks like 11 Hauser maybe?
I did not see who actually ended up falling on it. I did see a couple Greyhounds, one of them being Mike Sevier, trying to scoop it and score. But nonetheless, a mishandled pitch on the option there. The Falcons turn it over, and the Greyhounds, for their second possession, are going to set up first and goal at the 8.
Shippensburg definitely needs to capitalize on this. Illegal substitution on Shippensburg. Well, there's been a couple times this year we've broke the huddle with 12. There's been a couple times our opposing team has broke the huddle with 12. That's the first time I've seen it been called so far, but that's probably what happened. They probably.
So the Greyhounds will come out here in the power eye. Looks like Noah Garvin and Jean-Paul Augusto, the backs in the backfield. And they'll give it to Carruthers Jr., trying to go up the middle on the left side. Gets a couple yards there.
Gets 3 back to the 10.
Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. No score so far between the Greyhounds and the Falcons, but the Greyhounds, off of the fumble, have great field position here for their second possession. And they'll get the Falcons to jump off sides and get 5 free yards.
And again, that's just dumb. Second play that they run in this possession and you jump off sides. But no, in Shippensburg, they were probably going on 1 pretty much the entire first drive, and they decided to mix it up a little bit and go on a little bit longer count.
So 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. again. He'll bounce it to the left side. Get brought down, and it looks like the 3.
Now there's a
And
late
there's
flag.
a flag on the ground.
Yeah, late flag or early flag, but we just now noticed it.
Almost have to think it would be on the tackle unless it was thrown during the play, and we just did not see it. So personal foul after the play against Lower Dauphin.
Yep. So it got to the 2.
I believe they marked him at the 3.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, now they changed it. It says that's against Shippensburg.
So the penalty is actually against the Greyhounds. So it's going to be a 3rd down and long coming up here. It'll be from the Falcons' 17-yard line. So they'll do a receiver each side. It'll be Macheski far side, Severe the near side. Carruthers Jr.
Well, that's quick. Wow.
And now a delay of game called against the Greyhounds.
I don't know. That seemed awful quick.
Poor clock management there. Carroll's going to throw. Pass complete to Severe. And he'll get to the 15.
Looks like Shippensburg's going to send out maybe the field goal team here.
So Seth Taylor will be out to attempt the field goal here. The snap to hold. The kick is up. And it is good. Seth Taylor puts 3 on the board for the Greyhounds. 1:25 to go in the first quarter. Shippensburg leads 3-0 over Lower Dauphin. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Like easier than pronouncing Worcestershire? No, Worcester. Huh, Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Oh, man. Yeah, there's no way anyone gets that on the first try. F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Our business banking relationship managers deliver the personalized service and speedy responses that help your small business do big things. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank. Member FDIC. Worcestershire. Worcestershire?
Three-play negative 6-yard scoring drive that ends with a career-long field goal from Seth Taylor from 31 yards out, puts the Greyhounds up 3-0 here. 1:25 left to go in the first quarter.
Will Garvin kick it away for the Greyhounds. Received at about his own 5. And gets it out to his own 30-yard line. There was number 34, Jake Persing of the Falcons. So the Falcons will set up shop at their own 30 for their second offensive possession so far tonight.
The Greyhounds forced the early turnover that we were talking about. Unfortunately, they only able to get 3 on it, and they were stuffed inside the 10 on their first drive. Well, this guy can't call from behind.
So another offsides penalty against the Greyhounds. That'll give the Falcons 5 free yards.
I mean, the umpire can't see he's offsides. He's behind him. And he's the one that threw the penalty first.
So 1st down and 5 coming up. They'll hand it off left side to Strom. Garvin with the tackle behind the line. Caleb Hauser in there as well for the Greyhounds.
Hauser was actually being held again on that play. But yeah, the Greyhounds got to stop doing the, stupid penalties. The jumping off sides.
2nd down and 6 coming up for the Falcons. Still throw, pass is tipped at the line. Noah Garvin getting a hand up and deflecting the pass. It'll fall incomplete.
Noah Garvin making his presence felt early here on that long run that they did have that came back with the holding. He's the one that ran the running back down and kept it from going to the end zone. And then the back-to-back strong plays. And I'm not sure he's not the one that turned the guy back inside earlier that 71 got that tackle on.
3rd down and 6 coming up for the Falcons. They'll fake the sweep. Now looking to throw. Scrambling, looking for something. Throws it up. Throws it away.
Give the defensive front, Garvin and Drake. Drake Wagner credit for getting pressure on him, but give John Paul Gusto kudos out here. He covered the back in the flat. Normally they look for that probably to be wide open, and he was there, and all he could do was throw it to his bench.
Cohen Pollock to punt it away for the Falcons. Back deep at his own 30 is Christian Souders. End over end punt. And it bounces out at the 24-yard line, and that's where the Greyhounds will set up shop for their 3rd offensive possession. 24 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Greyhounds lead 3-0 over the Falcons. And so far each team has had 2 possessions, and the Falcons really
haven't got out of the shadow of their own goal. Well, like you said, Grant, that ball went out to 24, but look where they spotted it at.
The 25.
Yep.
So an extra free yard. So it looks like in the backfield for the Greyhounds, Carruthers Jr. and Haran. And then Sevier, the receiver, far side, Macheski, near side receiver. They'll give it to Haran left side, and he's going to lose some yardage.
And that should take us to the end of the first quarter here. We're under 10 seconds.
And the Greyhounds are going to do that. They're going to take this to the end of the first quarter. So your score at the end of the first quarter, Shippensburg leads Lower Dauphin 3-0. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the SportsPage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Certainly easier than spelling conscientious right on the first try. C-O-N-S-H, nope, S-I. S-C? Oh, that C's moonlighting as an H. F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Our investment and trust services team can help make your retirement dreams a reality. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank. Let's check the British spelling.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600 or visit kramerinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Back here at Hershey Park Stadium, getting ready to start the second quarter between the Greyhounds and the Falcons. The Greyhounds will be going right to left on your radio dial. And so far, this is a pretty good game on a nice, tight, hard-fought first quarter. And I made sure I was not working late tonight, unlike some people I know that work when I go and see them. But nonetheless, get to watch some good Thursday night football alongside J.D. Davidson. I'm Grant Cummer. Carroll out in the flats, pass complete to Carruthers Jr. for a couple of yards. And we got Bobby Comer running the camera for us tonight as well.
Yeah, nice little, fake the handoff to Rand coming to the near side here towards us, roll him out to the right, and then Carruthers Jr. just out there in the flat and, pick up some positive yardage. But again, Carruthers Jr. sort of slowed down instead of just putting his shoulder in the guy's chest and seeing if he can get a couple extra yards.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up here for the Greyhounds. 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Carroll looking to throw. Macheski, nothing was there. Now Carroll's going to have to pull it down, and he will be sacked.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was just a 2-receiver route with Macheski and Sevier running the pattern. They pretty much triple cover Macheski, and Carroll had nowhere to go but to take the sack.
And the Greyhounds will set out the punt team. Drake Eby to punt it away. Tyler Newman receives his punt. Trying to get to the sideline. Got a hold right here that was missed. Nonetheless, he gets the return across midfield. That's where the Falcons will set up shop for their 3rd offensive possession tonight.
I thought he made a mistake by not fielding it. Then I thought he made even a bigger mistake by going back and picking it up off the bounds. But he was able to get out here where he had a lot of room and looked like I said, looked like there was a block in the back. 41-yard punt, 23-yard return sets them up at the Greyhounds 43.
2 receivers for the Falcons. They'll send the slot man in motion towards us. They'll hand it off right side. As Garvin was in on the tackle there, along with, looks like, Isaac Kell as well, as Ethan Tanner was the ball carrier.
He started the game at halfback there, and he's wearing one of those skull caps, so he must have had a concussion or 2, and they're just taking precautions.
2nd down and 7 coming up for the Falcons. QB keeps it, right side, hurdles.
Hauser getting a piece of him.
Isaac Kell pushing him out of bounds. And he'll be marked a yard short of the 1st down marker.
That by far is the best play the Falcons have had tonight, just the quarterback sweep.
3rd down and 1 coming up. Receiver each side in the pistol. They'll motion the wing back. They're going to give it to Strom up the middle. He'll pick up the 1st down and keeps his feet moving and picks up some more yardage. Noah Garvin, Isaac Kell in on the stop. But the Falcons pick up a 1st down to keep this drive going.
Yeah, no, Garvin sort of wrapped him up, but he didn't keep his legs driving, and Strom was able to drag him along to the Greyhound 25 for a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Greyhounds 25. Receiver each side. Strom, the back in the backfield. They'll give it to him again, the right side. Sevier with the tackle.
Nice little fake there in the backfield to get around the end to pick up a couple yards before Sevier tripped him up. It looked like the Greyhounds were going to be able to throw him for a short loss or no gain, but he did a little jab step to the inside and then bounced it out.
Second down and 6 coming up for the Falcons. We'll send the man in motion. We'll give it to Tanner, right side, and he gets tripped up. I believe that was Drake Wagner tripping him up.
No, Eby.
Eby
just got him by the shoe tops there.
Approaching 8 minutes to go here in the first half.
This is a big down for the Shippensburg defense.
3rd down and 3 coming up for the Falcons. They'll give it to the running back up the middle, and he'll pick up the first down. One thing our cameraman picked up, and I'm starting to notice it too, that running back, JD, starting to lean forward just before the snap as we have an injured Falcon down. We'll step aside here for a commercial break for injury. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the SportsPage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Choose UPMC for your orthopedic and sports medicine care. For locations and services close to home, visit upmc.com/Central PA Ortho.
When you join Patriot Federal Credit Union, you're doing more than opening an account. You're opening the door to new possibilities. You're taking part in a nationwide movement that puts people before profits. You're enjoying better rates, lower fees, and unmatched convenience, whether you prefer to manage your money in branch, from home, or on the go. Discover what makes us different at patriotfcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Back here after the injury timeout. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Falcons. They'll hand it off up the middle to Strom.
Carvin and Evie on the stop there for Shippensburg. Basically just run the same play. You're just going off the right between the right guard and right tackle. They've had success with it, and that time the Greyhounds much better job keeping it to a 1-yard gain.
2nd down and 9 coming up here for the Falcons. Receiver each side. They'll motion the wing back away from us, and Strom is the back in the backfield. They'll give it to him left side going away from us. Coming up to make the tackle. Caleb Hauser initiated the contact.
Yeah, he broke Hauser's tackle, and then Wagner and Faust finished it up. And he sort of did a little spin to get out of Hauser's tackle, but he slowed him up, and then the other two guys were able to finish him off after a small gain down to the 10.
Third down and 6 coming up here for the Falcons. Receiver each side. Strom behind Heckard in the pistol formation as the back. Heckard's going to roll out to his right, looking to throw. And it is complete by the sideline to Tyler Newman.
Just too much space down there. You got to guard him tighter there, and I mean, he was close to coming down out of bounds, but he got 1 foot in, and that's all you need.
And it'll be a 1st down for the Falcons. So 1st and goal from the 3. With 6:06 remaining. Gotta love that. So the Falcons break the huddle with 12 men, and they're able to call a timeout and not get penalized. But the Greyhounds weren't so lucky when it happened to them. So 5:58 remaining here in the first half. Greyhounds lead the Falcons 3-0 after the Falcons have to burn a timeout to avoid a penalty. So JD, so far, what are your thoughts on the Greyhounds at this point in the ballgame?
Well, they've been down there twice inside the 10 and have only coming away with 3 points. So they left points on the board, and they took the 3 points the second time because they were in 3rd and long. The first time I didn't mind them going for it on the short yardage situation, but you get inside the 10, you got to come away with points, and Lower Dolphins knocking on the door right now to take the lead.
So they're going to come out in kind of a power back formation. 3 backs in the backfield, goal line formation. They'll give it to the right side to Strom, and he'll get in for the touchdown. Hunter Strom, 3-yard score.
Puts the Falcons up 6-3, pending the extra point here.
So out to attempt the point after is Connor Kreiser for the Falcons. Tyler Newman the hold. Kick is up. Hit the upright and is no good. So the Falcons only come away with 3 points there. And we'll step aside here for a quick break. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Way easier than translating texts and all emojis. Smiley face, siren, apple? Mom is eating a spicy apple? What? F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Our FlexLock line of credit lets you borrow from your home for big purchases. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. Oh, why did I teach her to text?
Ten-play, 43-yard scoring drive by the Falcons puts them up 6-3 as Strom's 3-yard touchdown run is the difference in the ball game so far tonight. Missed extra point is why it stands at 6-3 as Lower Dauphin gets ready to kick off here. Shippensburg needs a drive to score here for halftime, Grant.
Yes, they do. Desperately trying to come away here with 7 as Kreiser tees it up for the Falcons. And back deep for the Greyhounds, I believe, is Souders.
Haran.
Haran
at the 14.
Right side. He'll get out to his own 40. Yes, Damian Haran with the return there for the Greyhounds. Brings it out. They'll mark him at the 40.
Yeah, his first run tonight, he tried to go wide, but didn't quite have the acceleration, but he caught that ball there and going north and south, boy, he was able to explode up the field going on that straight line.
We'll do a little reverse here. They'll bring it back to Severe. Severe trying to get to the sideline, cuts it up. And Severe gets a couple yards out of that.
I'm not so sure that's not a bad spot because it looked like he came down on top of the guy and should have been spotted maybe 2 yards further at the 45.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Greyhounds, approaching 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Severe, the receiver, far side. Macheski, near side receiver. Carroll is sacked.
He had no chance. 74.
Chris Armenta with the sack there for the Falcons.
He just blew right through the line of scrimmage, and Carroll got done taking care of his fake. Never even had a chance to bring the ball up, so good job of him holding on to the football, but it puts him behind the sticks at 3rd and long.
So 3rd down and long will be coming up here for the Greyhounds.
Play clock down to 10. Shippensburg's going to have to burn a timeout.
5 seconds, and the Greyhounds will do just that. They'll burn a timeout here. 4:21 remaining in the first half as the Greyhounds trail the Falcons 6-3. UPMC offers comprehensive orthopedic and sports medicine care for patients of all ages with conditions ranging from sprains and fractures to neck and back disorders and everything in between. For locations and services close to home, visit upmc.com/central PA Ortho. Alongside J.D. Davidson, and we got Bobby Cummer running the camera for us. I'm Grant Cummer here at Hershey Park Stadium tonight, Thursday night football, high school football edition.
I'm not so sure in all that confusion that Shippensburg didn't, when they broke the huddle right before, as Coach Faust was calling the timeout, didn't have 12 men in the huddle again.
So 3rd and 13 coming up here for the Greyhounds. They're going to go trips far side. Or at least, yep, trips far side, one near side. Carroll drops back, look to throw.
That's the play. That's the play the Greyhounds ran for the touchdown last week, and Lower Dauphin was sitting there waiting for it. And they throw it for a big loss.
So the Greyhounds will have to punt it away here. Drake Eby to punt it. And back deep to receive will be Tyler Newman. Low punt. It'll roll, and it'll take a nice Greyhounds roll.
Yeah, that's a mistake on the deep guy for Lower Dauphin. Even though it was bouncing and rolling, he had plenty of time to field that, and he gave up probably about 15 yards on that roll by not picking it up, at least, Grant.
Yeah. Gave up a lot of yardage there as the Falcons are now going to start at their own 16-yard line with 3:29 remaining here in the first half. They lead 6-3 over the Greyhounds.
That turned out to be a 51-yard punt then for Mr. Eby with all that roll.
So 1st and 10 coming up here for the Falcons. They'll give it to Strom up the middle, and he's not going to get much there.
Hauser came around the end and was the first to grab him in the hole there, and then probably helped out by the interior line of the Greyhounds.
They'll give Strom a yard. This will be 2nd down and 9 coming up here for the Falcons. Receiver each side. Heckard looking to throw, rolling to his right. He's going to throw it up down the sideline.
That was much better coverage by Sevier that time, and pinned him along the sideline and actually forced him to go out of bounds. That's why the official's hat came off.
It's great coverage there by Mike Sevier. So it'll be a 3rd down and 9 coming up here for Lower Dauphin.
Greyhounds need to come up with a stop here and get off the field and get the ball back in decent field position.
We'll motion the wing back away from us. Fakes the handoff. Heckard looking to throw. Getting chased from behind. Drake Eby with the strip sack. Noah Garvin scoops and scores. Touchdown, Shippensburg.
Well, I was looking down seeing who he was going to throw it to because they were all covered. And like you said, Drake Eby with the sack. Noah Garvin picks it up at the 12, rambles on in.
Drake Eby came around the blind side untouched. And I'm sure his eyes got wide open when he saw the opportunity for that strip sack. Seth Taylor to attempt the point after.
I think Shippensburg's missing a player.
So Shippensburg has to burn a timeout. Little miscommunication. So with 2:34 remaining here in the first half.
Like I said, it was a big third down for Shippensburg. They needed to make a play and get decent field position. They got better than that. That's the second turnover they forced tonight. And they're coming away with 6 points this time. That's what they were trying to do the last time, was scoop and score, but
so Seth Taylor to attempt the point after. High snap, Severe gets it down, it's blocked. And so with that, Shippensburg only comes away with 6. They lead the Falcons 9-6 with 2:34 remaining here in the first half. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the SportsPage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600 or visit kramerinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
no, Garvin's scoop and score puts the Greyhounds up 9-6. Looks more like a baseball score than a football score right now.
Garvin, high kick down the middle, received at his own 10. Breaks a couple tackles and gets pushed out of bounds just shy of the 40 by Rich Elliott of Shippensburg. Number 34 of the Falcons, Jake Piercing with the return. And the Falcons will set up shop at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, a couple times tonight the Greyhounds have had the Lower Dauphin player wrapped up, but they've been able to break the tackle, and that cost them about 14 more yards as he was able to get out to the 40.
So first down and 10 coming up for the Falcons. We'll see how they respond after allowing that scoop and score to Noah Garvin. They'll give it to Tanner right side, and he's met by Mark Carruthers Jr.
Yeah, Carruthers Jr. was the last man to make the stop, and he did it.
Heckard's going to roll to his left. Threads the needle, pass is complete to Tyler Newman. Gonzalez on the coverage for the Greyhounds.
He closed in a hurry, just couldn't, just was a beat slow on it, but
he was able to get it over the head of Augusto as well. But not only that, he had Noah Garvin chasing him down from behind there on that rollout.
But he dropped him as soon as he made the catch, so.
2nd and 1 coming up for the Falcons, approaching a minute to go in the first half. Heckard's going to roll to his right now. Tried to complete it to the sideline there to Newman again, that time incomplete.
You know, if I was the Greyhounds, I'd look to double team him. Put somebody on him man-to-man, play him a little tighter, and then, you know, have safety help over the top if he, you know, does go.
Heckard was facing some pressure there from Drake Eby and also John Paul Augusto that last play. So 3rd down and 1 coming up here for the Falcons. They have 2 timeouts remaining here. And they'll give it to Strom up the middle. He'll pick up the first down. And then they'll burn the timeout. Looks like Noah Garvin was in on the tackle as he's one of the last Greyhounds to get up. So with 52 seconds remaining, the Lower Dauphin Falcons will use their second timeout after picking up the first down to keep this drive going. Here at Hershey Park Stadium, the Greyhounds lead 9-6 after the scoop and score from Noah Garvin. And the Falcons, JD, they get the second half kickoff, so they're going to try and get some points out of this drive.
Yeah, one timeout left and under a minute. Almost expect them to go strictly all passing, unless they get themselves in like a short yardage situation where they can.
So first down and 10 coming up for the Falcons after calling the timeout there, after picking up the first down to keep the drive alive. We'll have two receivers near side here to us. It'll be Newman, one of the receivers. Hecker's going to drop the throw to do a screen pass here to Newman. Newman trying to get to the outside, but he loses his footing and falls down.
Nice idea.
So second down and 6 for the Falcons. Clock is running. Hecker looking to throw across the middle. Pass complete.
And
breaks a tackle. And he will score. Number 11, Cohen Pollock. Carruthers Jr. tried to bring him down and could not. And the Falcons score the late touchdown here in the first half.
First time he's went to someone other than Newman. He hits Pollock down the seam for the touchdown.
And the Falcons will attempt the point after, as Connor Kreiser will attempt it. Tyler Newman the hold. The kick it, and this time it splits the uprights. Lower Dauphin now leads the Greyhounds 13-9 with 24 seconds remaining in the first half. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on Mid-Penn Broadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Choose UPMC for your orthopedic and sports medicine care. For locations and services close to home, visit upmc.com/Central PA Ortho.
Six-play, 60-yard scoring drive highlighted by the 32-yard catch by Pollock from Heckard that puts the Lower Dauphin Falcons up 13-9 with 24 seconds to go as they tee it up. Shippensburg, boy, they can use a big, long kickoff return here, Grant.
Yes, they could, as Kreiser boots it away. Souders receives it going backwards at about his own 4, coming up the right side looking for a hole. Nothing there. Stopped short of his own 20. 18 seconds to go in the first half.
That's definitely not what they were looking for, but Shippensburg's going to have to regroup at halftime. They had that nice opening drive, but after that, they really haven't gone forward hardly at all.
So first and 10 coming up for the Greyhounds at their own 20. We'll see if they try to get a little fancy here or just take a knee and take this into the half. The motion severe. They'll hand it off up the middle to Carruthers Jr. Makes a couple men miss.
And
Fumbles the football.
That's his
recovered by the Greyhounds, though. I believe that was Haran that fell on it. And that will be the end of the first half.
Nice 9-yard run up the middle. He's going north and south, but like I said, that's the second time he's put it on the ground. Once went out of bounds, the other one, Haran was there to save it.
So your score at the end of the first half, Lower Dauphin leads Shippensburg 13-9. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Easier than counting the planets, at least. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Wait, what happened to Pluto? Did it offend someone? F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Our customized personal finance tool helps you with the tough stuff, like tracking spending and fighting fraud. It even gives you your credit score for free. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank. Member FDIC. How could they drop Pluto? Cold.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Choose UPMC for your orthopedic and sports medicine care. For locations and services close to home, visit upmc.com/Central PA Ortho.
11 Oaks Farms is your destination for amazing meats, cheeses, and a curated selection of pantry items. Their Wagyu beef and heritage pork is raised right in Newville, and their selection of seasonings, sauces, pickles, and much more all come from family-owned businesses that truly care about quality. Shop for yourself or get a gift for any occasion. Shipping is available nationwide. Visit 11 Oaks Farms on Facebook at 11oaksfarms.com, in person at 34 North Corporation Street in Newville, or call 717-360-8249.
When you join Patriot Federal Credit Union, you're doing more than opening an account. You're opening the door to new possibilities. You're taking part in a nationwide movement that puts people before profits. You're enjoying better rates, lower fees, and unmatched convenience, whether you prefer to manage your money in branch, from home, or on the go. Discover what makes us different at patriotfcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600 or visit kramerinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Shippensburg Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, with offices in Shippensburg, Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Newville, specializes in orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Our therapists are experts in utilizing the most current therapy techniques, from hands-on manipulation to therapeutic exercise and aquatic therapy. We are a locally owned and operated practice and have a vested interest in the individual patient and community. Shippensburg Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, online at shippt.com. Phone 717-477-8030.
Great outdoors, great history, great entertainment, great relaxation. Your great moments are waiting in Franklin County. Let the Franklin County Visitors Bureau help you plan your visit to the beautiful Cumberland Valley. Visit explorefranklincountypa.com or call 717-552-2977 or toll free 866-646-8060.
Halftime here at Hershey Park Stadium. The Greyhounds trail the Falcons 13-9. Alongside J.D. Davidson, I'm Grant Comer. And J.D., do you have some first half stats for us?
Yeah, and actually it's a little bit ugly for both teams. Shippensburg 15 carries in the first half for 32 yards. Carruthers Jr. 8 for 30 to lead the Greyhounds. Passing, Carroll, when he's got time, 4 for 49 yards. With Carruthers Jr. leading the way with 2 for 31. 81 yards of total offense for the Greyhounds. On the flip side, for the Falcons, they're not done much better running the football. 19 for 51. Strom 11 for 32 and Tanner 5 for 22. And Heckert passing 5 for 9 for 53 yards. Newman 4 catches for 21, and of course Pollock that last catch for 32 yards. Just 104 yards of total offense for Lower Dauphin. And Lower Dauphin's lost 2 fumbles. Shippensburg's put it on the ground twice and hasn't lost either one of them. But Lower Dauphin leads in first down 6-3. And Lower Dauphin leads on the scoreboard 13-9. So, if you're Lower Dauphin, you're happy with the numbers that you had, that you have a 13-9 lead. Shippensburg, you're disappointed because you were down there on your first possession, which was their best drive of the night, and come away empty, get the turnover on the second possession, and then a 15-yard penalty sets you back, and then you settle for a field goal that Seth Taylor made, put them up 3-0, and then the other score came from the defense. Got pressure on the quarterback, forced a fumble, and a scoop and score, but they had him wrapped up on the kickoff return inside the 30. He broke the tackle, got it out to the 40. They were able to get themselves in a position where they could take a shot, and he's thrown all his passes so far tonight to Newman, and all of a sudden Newman goes out in the flat. Pollock just runs straight up the field, hit him in the seam route. Carruthers Jr. sort of over pursued it and just couldn't make the tackle when need be, and that's why we stand 13-9.
We'll step aside here for another commercial break. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Like easier than pronouncing Worcestershire? Nope, Worcester. Worcestershire. Yeah, there's no way anyone gets that on the first try. F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank.
Rosenberry Superior Septic Services provides septic tank pumping and township reports, septic system maintenance and repairs, and PSMA certified real estate septic inspections. We also manufacture concrete septic tanks and have a complete line of pumps, filters, risers, and supplies. Rosenberry Superior Septic Services, 8885 Pineville Road, Shippensburg. Phone 717-532-4026.
Fall and holiday parties mean dirt tracked into your home. To keep your house looking great this holiday season, call Advantage ChemDry and Advantage Flooring, 532-9977, and we will bring you a state-of-the-art carpet cleaning. Our carpet and upholstery cleaning is safe and non-toxic. We use a deep carbonated cleaning that resists resoiling, dries in 1 to 2 hours, and lifts the carpet pile to restore appearance. Call us today, 532-9977, 532-9977.
TrimTech Plumbing has expert plumbers you can trust, full-service plumbing and drain cleaning, and carpentry services, quality work, installs and repairs, reliable and dependable. TrimTech Plumbing has 24-hour emergency services, whether it's commercial or residential plumbing, water heaters, toilet repair, or a clogged drain. TrimTech has you covered. We are fully licensed and insured plumbers serving South Central Pennsylvania and Northern Maryland. Call 717-377-9056 or visit www.trimtechplumbing.com.
Great outdoors, great history, great entertainment, great relaxation. Your great moments are waiting in Franklin County. Let the Franklin County Visitors Bureau help you plan your visit to the beautiful Cumberland Valley. Visit explorefranklincountypa.com or call 717-552-2977 or toll free 866-646-8060.
Halftime here at Hershey Park Stadium as the Greyhounds trail at the half to the Falcons 13-9. JD, let's kind of walk through the first half here. And as we mentioned earlier, the Greyhounds started off with that great offensive first drive, drove all the way down the field, but then came up empty, turned it over on downs. Lower Dauphin then turns it over. Inside their own 20, the Greyhounds recover, and they only come away with 3 points there due to some penalties. And then we fast forward to a little bit later. The Falcons then finally get a touchdown on the board, but miss the extra point, so it stands at 6-3 then at that point. Then the Greyhounds down here towards the stage force a strip sack, courtesy of Drake Eby. Noah Garvin scoops it up, scores. And that's the Greyhounds' first touchdown of the night. but then the Falcons come right back at the end of the half here and put 7 up on the board. And that is how we are at a 13-9 score at the half. So, JD, what are your you said some of your thoughts there before the break, but, let's dive in a little more here. What are your thoughts on the Greyhounds, their first half performance, things you liked, things you didn't like, and things you'd like them to maybe come out of halftime that they changed and try to execute?
Okay. Shippensburg's been a fast starter all season long. They've outscored their opponents 34-7 in the first quarter. They've given up 34 points in the second quarter and scored 15. That's the most points they give up in the second quarter. Again, Shippensburg came out. They had 31 yards rushing in the opening drive, 25 yards passing in the opening drive for 66 yards of total offense. Unfortunately, they only gained 15 more yards after that opening drive. But they do have 2 scores on. They do have 9 points on the board. On the flip side, Lower Dauphin only had 5 yards of total offense in the first quarter. Now they only have 1 possession, I think, in the first quarter. Oh, they had 2 because they punted on their second one. So they had 2 possessions in the first quarter, a fumble and a punt. But now they got close to 100. So they had 100 yards like in the second quarter. So they made the adjustments. They got things going in the second quarter, and 2 short fields. Because after the 1 punt return, they ended up being at the Shippensburg 40. They were take 10 plays, 40 yards for the touchdown, and then that last one, it's a missed tackle downfield, and thus no dogs. Shippensburg's probably going to have to think about throwing the ball on first down, but they're in the second quarter. They weren't able to give Carroll really any protection whatsoever when he dropped back to pass. And
it was a lot of rollout stuff in that first play. He made the great read, cut up away from the pressure, or cut up inside the pressure, and was able to dump it to Mark Carruthers Jr. But ever since that pass completion that went for, I think it was 10, 15 yards, somewhere in that range, the Falcons have really just swarmed him. Now every time he has dropped back to throw, the pass protection has not been there for Carroll to really give him the time to roll out. And, if something's not there, he's able to just continue rolling out and then just, roll up the field and tuck it and run. He's been forced to almost, I think, every rollout, JD, to cut up inside the pressure from the outside containment.
Yeah, he was sacked 3 times in the first quarter, or 3 times in the first half. The first one was 4th and goal when he rolled out and, couldn't get anywhere, and he sacked twice itself. He's 4 for 4, but on the other 3 passes, he hasn't had time really to do much of anything. I mean, the last one when he, made the fake with the handoff and rolled out to the far side away from us, he didn't even get a chance to get the ball up in the air. He was being tackled in the backfield. Now, the best blocking they had was on the draw, but, they went 3 wide receivers. So it's like, Lower Dauphin says, well, you've only run this play once from what we've seen. Oh, we're going to expect you to run the draw, and that's what Shippensburg did. They ran the draw. They were there waiting for it, and they threw it for a loss. So I'd like to see them get the ball maybe a little bit more to Hernandez. Carruthers Jr. just seems to be just a smidge off tonight. He had a nice 17-yard run earlier in the game, but he fumbled along the sideline, and he had that nice catch and run when he came out of the backfield for 25 yards. For Hernandez, I had him, 2 carries for 13 yards in the first half. Well, that's a pretty good average, 6.5 yards on his 2 carries. So, but it's kind of hard to get, everybody involved when you're not getting a whole lot of yards on first down, and then you're looking in 3rd and long. So, when you pick up first downs, you're able to, use your playbook and get things going. And, I liked the power eye last week, and that's where the Greyhounds lined up to go in from there on that second attempt. But, unfortunately, they had a penalty that moved them back a little bit, and then another personal foul penalty, and that really killed it because they were knocking on the doorstep, and that was after the play, so they made it 3rd and long from the 17, and that was the last big threat the Greyhounds have had on offense.
I'd like to see, maybe a little more creativity from the Greyhounds this second half. That the trips formation where we ran the draw, come out with the same formation, but run a screen pass out of it instead to one of your receivers. Lower Dauphin's going to probably expect the draw again, why not try something different with the same look, and some of these other looks, like the power eye, maybe run a big play action fake and sneak Garvin out. Try and sneak Garvin up as a tight end, or put Macheski as your tight end and keep the power eye formation the same. Fake the handoff up the middle and just try and sneak Macheski out into the flat. Little dump, get some yardage there that way. Just a little creativity with the same looks to kind of keep the Falcons on their toes.
Whether or not those plays are in the playbook, like you and I were talking on the way down, I said even out of the power eye, if you run Garvin as a fullback through the middle of the line, get him 5 yards downfield and out, the quarterback rolls out, he's probably not going to go cover because they're expecting us to run out of the power eye. And you could probably get a little quick dump off past him with the, having the tight end running somebody deep into the end zone and on a drag route then. So we'll see. Don't expect a whole lot of changes there on the offense, though. But, one thing they got to figure out how to block better in passing situations so Carroll can have a chance to look over the field because basically they're sort of over-under on Macheski. Severe's running one-on-one on the other side now, but they're pretty much going over-under because that first pass to Macheski, if he would have been a beat slow with it, it would have been pick 6.
Yes.
But the linebacker was a little too quick, and Carroll, I'm assuming Carroll seen it and just waited just a split second longer and let Macheski past him for a nice 10-yard completion. But other than that, like I said, Carroll just hasn't had time to throw. He did in the first couple throws he had, but then the fourth down throw, he had no time on that, and he's been rushed ever since.
So we'll see what the Greyhounds do here coming out of the second half as they're coming out of the locker room here to get warmed up here for the second half. We'll step aside and take one more commercial break. And on the other side, it'll be the second half here at Hershey Park Stadium between your Shippensburg Greyhounds and the Lower Dauphin Falcons. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the SportsPage.blog, and Country Gold Radio WIOO Carlisle.
11 Oaks Farms is your destination for amazing meats, cheeses, and a curated selection of pantry items. Their Wagyu beef and heritage pork is raised right in Newville, and their selection of seasonings, sauces, pickles, and much more all come from family-owned businesses that truly care about quality. Shop for yourself or get a gift for any occasion. Shipping is available nationwide. Visit 11 Oaks Farms on Facebook at 11oaksfarms.com, in person at 34 North Corporation Street in Newville, or call 717-360-8249.
We plan for all the special events in our lives, such as birthdays, weddings, vacations. Often neglected, though, is planning for our own mortality. Hi, this is Chris Sellers from Sellers Funeral Home, where we understand that pre-planning your funeral is not the most comfortable subject to talk about. But it's important to keep in mind that when you do plan, you can reduce stress and potential disagreements among your loved ones. A perfect ending to a sometimes not so perfect life is an event we all need to prepare for. At Sellers Funeral Home, we can help you take the right steps today, so you never have to worry about tomorrow. We are funeral service professionals with a sincere desire to reward each family that has placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. So I encourage you to call Sellers Funeral Home today to make an appointment. Once everything is finished, you and your family will be glad you made that call. Your peace is our peace at Sellers Funeral Home.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmins Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmins Oil at 532-3740. The Timmins family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
Back here at Hershey Park Stadium, where Lower Dauphin leads 13-9, and like I said, we talk about the playoff picture coming in to the night here at halftime. Redland is ranked 5th, 5-0 out of the Keystone Division. And then Shippensburg's 10th at 4-1. Mechanicsburg's 11th at 4-1. Lower Dauphin's 15th at 3-2. So that's a big game for them. Hershey's right behind them at 17th at 3-2. Gettysburg's 20th at 2-3. Paul Myers 22nd at 2-3. And unfortunately, Northern, who used to be a perennial power in the league, they're down there 26th at 0-5. And the Greyhounds foe week 1, their arch rivals, the Big Spring Bulldogs. They stand atop AAA standings at 4-1. Tied, well, they're just slightly ahead of Anvil Cleona. They have another somewhat rivalry game tomorrow night with Bowling Springs.
You know, while you have that out, JD, if you don't mind, the top 12 teams will make the playoffs, correct, in the R5A?
Mm-hmm.
What are as it stands, the teams that would make it in if the season ended tonight?
If it ended before tonight's contest, Exeter Township first, Conestoga Valley second, Muhlenberg third, New Oxford fourth, then Redland, Ephrata, Warwick, Solanco, Bishop McDevitt, Shippensburg, Mechanicsburg, and Conrad Weiser would have the last spot. All those teams have 1 loss or less. Then everybody after that's got 2 losses. So generally, you can probably survive and get in on 2 losses because a lot of these teams are going to be playing one another. You know, we still have Redland, we still have Gettysburg, we still have York, Northern York, we still have Mechanicsburg. So, and the same thing with those other schools. They'll have some games where they'll have to play against the same foes too.
So the Falcons receive the second half kickoff.
At the 5. Got a lot of room up the left or right side here before he's tripped up by 12 and 26.
So that number 12 is Chris Sproul, and number 26 of the Greyhounds is marker for the Greyhounds. Chris Goddard was the return man for the Falcons.
28-yard return out to the 33. That's where Lower Dauphin will start their first second half possession, and we'll see what changes both teams made at halftime and which ones might have the better changes.
So first down and 10 for the Falcons at their own 33. We'll send 2 men in motion towards us. They'll hand it off right side. The Strom breaks an initial tackle behind the line and keeps going. John Paul Augusto brings him down. I believe that was Drake Wagner, JD, that burst through there and made the initial contact but could not bring him down.
I think very well it was, and he's been one of the better tacklers on the team, but he wasn't able to wrap him up, and he broke a second tackle, and once he got to the linebacker level, and then Augusto with probably the touchdown saving tackle out to the 46.
But the Greyhounds will be going right to left if you're listening on your radio dial. They'll hand it off up the middle of the Strom once again, the Falcons do. Caleb Hauser in on the tackle, along with Isaac Kell as well coming in to help finish it off. As the Falcons now get across midfield.
For Lower Dauphin, you got to be pleased with the first two plays. You get 13 on first down, 5 on second down. That makes the play calling all a lot easier. And a little eye candy there. They send a guy in motion again, but that's that power off the right side. Shippensburg doesn't have an answer for it on their left side of the defense.
Falcons have a receiver each side. They'll send 2 men in motion again, tight end and the wing. This time they'll fake the handoff, throw it to the flat, flag thrown.
Legal man downfield, 77 was 5 yards downfield.
Caden Snook with the tackle for the Greyhounds. The pass was complete to number 39, Connor Kreiser, but it looks like this one's going to be coming back as, yes, the refs are signaling a legal man downfield.
Yeah, I seen the official throw the flag and looked up right away, and there was 77 standing right at the first down marker running across the field, and they'll give you a yard or two. They usually don't like to give you 5 yards. But nice play by Lower Dauphin, thinking that they're going to give it to Strom again over the right side, and he rolled out and hit the wing back in the flat for a nice gainer, but it is all for nothing.
2nd and 10. They'll give it to Strom, right side. Still on his feet. But that time, Jake Eby's able to bring him down. Not much there.
I mean, Shippensburg stoned him at the line of scrimmage.
They had him up high, and he kept his feet going, but we have an injured Greyhound down. That's number 2, Isaac Kell. And we'll step aside here for a injury timeout commercial break. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Like easier than pronouncing Worcestershire? Nope, Worcester. Huh, Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Oh, man. Yeah, there's no way anyone gets that on the first try. F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Our business banking relationship managers deliver the personalized service and speedy responses that help your small business do big things. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank. Member FDIC. Worcestershire. Worcestershire?
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Choose UPMC for your orthopedic and sports medicine care. For locations and services close to home, visit upmc.com/Central PA Ortho.
Kell was able to walk off. So 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Falcons. Heckard's going to roll to his left, looking to throw. Pass complete to Newman. It'll be a 1st down for the Falcons. Caden Snook on the coverage for the Greyhounds.
He was on the coverage, but again, maybe a tad too much cushion. And
so 1st down for the Falcons.
The Greyhound 37.
The motion, Kreiser towards us. Little high snap there. They get it down, hand it off to Strom. Breaks a couple tackles, but is brought down by Hauser and Eby of the Greyhounds. Gains about a yard, it looks like, from up here.
Yeah, somebody had a chance. Somebody sort of grabbed a hold of him and spun off him in the backfield, coming from the far side there. Did not quite get who that was. Might have been John Paul Augusto.
One thing I've kind of noticed here, JD, is the Greyhounds are kind of hitting Strom up high. He's one of those running backs. He's just going to bounce right off of those and run right through those. Now they're going to run the option, it looks like. Nope, Heckard's going to keep it. And that time, not much there. John Paul Augusto wraps him up along with Caleb Hauser. And getting helped up off the ground, Noah Garvin. So there's a couple Greyhounds in on that stop there, but it looked like John Paul Augusto was the one that came in and chased him down and made the initial contact.
Yeah, he wrapped him up, and good job by Garvin getting him down around the ankle so he couldn't go any further. But you called it right. He ran the option. He just decided to keep it that time. He didn't get the pitch. He said, okay, I'll run it.
3rd down and 6 coming up for the Falcons. They'll hand it off to Strom, right side. And he's going to be short. About a yard short.
That was just a good surge by the lower Dauphin right side of the line. He picked up 5 yards. I mean, really, he didn't get contact until he got close to the 30. So it's going to be 4th and 2, and the Greyhound defense needs to come up with something here.
If you're Shippensburg, you got to be wary of the play-action fake rollout as well to the flat or
and Lower Dauphin's
to Tyler Newman.
Lower Dauphin's going to use one of their timeouts here early in the 3rd quarter.
And it looks like they'll play a little bit of chess here with an important time here. Early in the 3rd quarter, Lower Dauphin will use a timeout.
And I don't love that timeout there, Grant. I mean, first half, use your timeouts whenever you feel necessary because they're not as crucial. but you would think late in the game you might need your timeouts. You know, you run 8 minutes off the clock here, and you're going to call a timeout on 3rd and short. You know, sometimes I think thinking outthink yourself. We'll see what happens. But they're definitely probably thinking about going for it on 4th down. You know, why don't you just run the same play you've been running, with Strom off the right side to see if you can get the 1st down. You know, if not, then maybe make a different adjustment on 4th down.
Choose UPMC for your orthopedic and sports medicine care. For locations and services close to home, visit upmc.com/Central PA Ortho. Yeah, JD, it's curious. Well, I'll be curious to see as well if this will come back to bite Lower Dauphin late in the game. If, you know, they're trailing, they got to make a drive, and, you know, there could be another point here, maybe not in the 3rd quarter, but in the 4th quarter, they got to burn a timeout because they have miscommunication, so they got to burn it, make sure they're on the same page. If they have to burn a timeout, now they're going to be left with 1.
They're going with that 3-back formation behind.
They've bobbled a snap! Peckard could not get a hold of it, so now we'll see.
They're going with that 3-back formation behind.
They've bobbled a snap! Peckard could not get a hold of it, so now we'll see. Ivy comes up with the football, and the Greyhounds get the stop.
Just like I said, Grant, you know, you sort of outthink yourself a little bit. You know, they haven't taken a whole lot of snaps under center. You know, it's been all out of the shotgun. They ran that down to the goal line, and everything was fine. But, you know, all of a sudden, you run nearly 8 minutes off the clock, and you go under center, and Shippens, you know, bad exchange with center and quarterback, and Evie, Johnny on the spot.
So 1st down and 10 here for the Greyhounds. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. kind of left side. Carruthers Jr. finds a hole. Carruthers Jr. picks up the 1st down, almost was able to take off.
But again, straight north and south running, nothing, not looking to cut it outside, and did a good job. He had both hands over the football coming through the line, and then in the first wave, and was just maybe a split second away from busting it even bigger.
So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Greyhounds at their own 43. It'll be Carruthers Jr. Hernandez in the backfield. They'll send Sevier in motion away from us. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. right side.
And there again, he was actually leaning forward as they wrapped him up down around the ankles, and he fell forward for about a yard.
Gain of 4, so it'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up. Greyhounds are going right to left on your radio dial. Approaching 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Macheski receiver near side. They'll have Sevier as the wing back far side, and Garvin the tight end on the far side as well. They'll motion Sevier towards us. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. left side. Carruthers Jr. finds a hole, makes a man miss. Carruthers Jr.
Ooh.
Almost broke it free again. Tackled just shy of the 25-yard line, and almost, JD, it looked like a horse collar tackle there.
Yeah, he grabbed him up there to slow him down. I'm a little surprised. I'm not surprised. It's, you know.
I'm not either.
So I thought the flag should have came out. That's what slowed him up. And I mean, he didn't bring him to the ground by that, but that's definitely what helped.
So 1st down and 10 for Shippensburg inside the 30 at the Falcons 27. Macheski far side receiver, Sevier motioning away from us. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. again up the middle. And it looks like he got another 4 yards on that carry.
Going left, they've picked up 14 and 16. Going right, they've picked up 4 and 4. Or 4 and 3, excuse me.
So they're marking it as a 3-yard carry. So 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Hounds.
I ran into the game.
Give Carruthers Jr. They'll give it to Haran, right side, going away from us. Haran gets brought down. They sling him forward.
Again, he's marking there where he landed on top of the guy and got 300 yards forward. Wow.
Should be about a yard short of the first down marker. Instead, it's going to be 2 yards short. So a poor spot there by the officials once again. So it'll be a 3rd down and 2 coming up here for the Greyhounds. Macheski receiver near side here to us. Severe far side wing back. Carruthers Jr. Haran. They'll motion Severe towards us. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. left side up the middle. And that time, no gain.
I think they committed more guys to the line of scrimmage that time, and Shippensburg wasn't able to block them.
So now decision time for Shippensburg. 4th down and 2 at the Falcons 19. They're going to go for it here. Under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. They break the huddle and get to the line. 10 seconds on the play clock for the Greyhounds. Now approaching 5. The motion Severe towards us. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. up the middle. And he picks up the 1st down for Shippensburg.
Last year, that would have been the stadium call. This year, it goes Carruthers Jr., and that was a nice hard run up the middle and put his head down and gets the 1st down at the 16.
So the Greyhounds are now inside the red zone, trying to put together a nice drive here.
This would be a good time to give it to Hernandez.
It's Carruthers Jr. and Haran in the backfield on this snap. The motion Severe towards us. We'll give it to Haran, right side. Haran bounces it to the outside.
And a flag came down. Looks like they're probably going to get Shippensburg for something. Their coaches are right next door to us. They weren't happy.
And it's a holding penalty against the Greyhounds.
So 10 yards from the, well, actually, that was downfield, and now they marked 10 yards back to the 26. So I'm a little confused by that. That was like actually 3 yards downfield where the flag was thrown. Greyhounds are behind the sticks, and
so 1st down and 20 coming up here for the Greyhounds. The motion Severe away from us. They'll give it to Hernandez and gets a couple yards there.
timing on that wasn't great. Hernandez had to sort of wait on the ball and then couldn't really get anything going.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 18 coming up for the Greyhounds at the Falcons' 24-yard line. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. The motion severe towards us. Carroll's going to roll out and tuck it and run.
Oh, you got to cut it inside your block, though, Braden. I mean, it wasn't a great block by Severe. Severe's a little disappointed with himself that he didn't stick with it a little longer, but he needs to cut it inside that block.
Gains a couple yards, but it's going to be a 3rd down and long coming up here for the Greyhounds. 3rd down and 18 at the Falcons' 21. Third down and 14 coming up. Now it's 15. 3rd down and 15 coming up.
They might have to burn a timeout, though.
5 seconds on the play clock. They get it off just in time. Carroll's going to roll to his right, looking to throw to the flat. Pass complete to Hernandez. Hernandez has Green in front of him. Hernandez into the end zone. Touchdown, Shippensburg.
Shippensburg just overloaded him with the 3 guys out there. You know, like you said, Hernandez in the flat. Macheski, Severe, I think, was deep, and Macheski then a little at the intermediate route. Picked the open man, and then Hernandez, once he got a hold of it, showed his speed by getting to the touchdown. Makes it 15-13.
So Seth Taylor on to attempt the point after, and a huge extra point attempt here. High snap again, Taylor this time is able to get it up and through as Sevier was able to handle that high snap. Your score, Shippensburg 16, Lower Dauphin 13. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
When you join Patriot Federal Credit Union, you're doing more than opening an account. You're opening the door to new possibilities. You're taking part in a nationwide movement that puts people before profits. You're enjoying better rates, lower fees, and unmatched convenience, whether you prefer to manage your money in branch, from home, or on the go. Discover what makes us different at patriotfcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
As Noah Garvin tees it up, a 10-play, 71-yard scoring drive for the Greyhounds, using 5:30 off the clock. Puts them up in front, 16-13. They've taken advantage of all three Lower Dauphin turnovers tonight, Grant.
Garvin has it teed up, ready to kick it deep. High kick. Received it about his own 12. And has some space in front of him. No one there to get him down. Chris Goddard with a huge kick return for the Falcons. And if you are Shippensburg, that is not what you want to do.
But our one guy here at the 50 got tackled to the ground, and there was no holding call on it. But yeah, just poor coverage on the kick. The Shippensburg 37. Lower Dauphin, that's what they got in the first half.
So 1:03 remaining here in the third quarter as Lower Dauphin looks to respond. They'll hand it off this time. Breaking some tackles, and unfortunately, he's going to lose a lot of yardage because of that. John Paul Augusto with the stop. Number 7, Matteo Gangalosi.
Yeah, he tried to make something out of nothing, and he'd probably been better off just to take nothing in the first place and keep it to a small loss, because the more he broke tackles, the more he kept on giving up ground, and a loss of 7 for number 7.
Yes, Matteo Gangalosi, the ball carrier there, and loses some yardage. It's going to be second down and 17. They'll fake the handoff to him. Heckard looking to throw, avoid some pressure. Now he's going to scramble, flag thrown. As he avoided the pressure of Drake Eby, and then Colin Dupe tried to wrap him up, and it looks like he was held, and it is a holding call against the Falcons, so that's going to back him up even more after the penalty.
Yeah, Drake Eby just paused momentarily to make sure that the running back didn't have the football, and then when he realized he didn't, he forced Heckard to scramble and dumped it off there, but the holding penalty moves it back on the other side of the 50. So Lower Dauphin, a little self-destruction here after the nice kickoff return. And they're going to call, end of the quarter.
And that is the end of the third quarter. Shippensburg leads Lower Dauphin 16-13. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sports page.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
When you join Patriot Federal Credit Union, you're doing more than opening an account. You're opening the door to new possibilities. You're taking part in a nationwide movement that puts people before profits. You're enjoying better rates, lower fees, and unmatched convenience, whether you prefer to manage your money in branch, from home, or on the go. Discover what makes us different at patriotfcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600 or visit kramerinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Getting ready to start the third quarter here at Hershey Park Stadium between the fourth quarter, between the Lower Dauphin Falcons and the Shippensburg Greyhounds. The Greyhounds are now going left to right if you're listening on your radio dial on 93.9 FM Country Gold. And JD's, we were kind of talking there over the break, some things to watch here from the Falcons. Maybe some hitch and go stuff from their receiver. And they do a screen pass to him now. Is that Drake Wagner getting all the way out there to tackle Tyler Newman, the receiver?
That's a minimal gain. I mean, I'll give them two more of them. We'll take the football back because it's 3rd and
18. 3rd down and 18 coming up for the Falcons at the Greyhounds 46. We'll be in the pistol this time. They got Newman lined up here on the near side to us as Heckard looks to throw. Almost intercepted.
That's the same play they ran for the touchdown, but this time the other tight end. And it's a good thing he airmailed it because Carruthers Jr. got up there. And it was over his hand, and the tight end, he came up with an injury.
I believe the tight end was number 81, Logan Andrews, trying to get the jump on. He's now shaken up on the play. We will step aside here for a commercial break. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
When you join Patriot Federal Credit Union, you're doing more than opening an account. You're opening the door to new possibilities. You're taking part in a nationwide movement that puts people before profits. You're enjoying better rates, lower fees, and unmatched convenience, whether you prefer to manage your money in branch, from home, or on the go. Discover what makes us different at patriotfcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
That's just a cramp. He's limping off.
That is Connor Kreiser.
That's who the pass was intended to. And
so to punt it away for the Falcons will be Cohen Pollock. And the Greyhounds don't have anyone back deep to receive. They look like they are content with just letting it bounce, and hopefully it rolls through the end zone. The snap is mishandled. Noah Garbage right there.
No, you can't call that. He fumbled the football.
He fumbled the ball. How can you do that?
That is, no. Unbelievable penalty call that is going to be made.
They might just call running into the kicker. That might only be 5 yards. They are calling a penalty. That's ridiculous. That is totally ridiculous.
I have never seen this ever before, JD, where the punter mishandles the snap.
That should have been where it happened at. I don't think the line of scrimmage either. Hey, should that have been where the penalty was at, not the line of scrimmage?
That is probably the worst call I have ever seen.
Actually, it would go from where it's roughing the punter.
Not at all a penalty, and unfortunately,
because he had fumbled it, and it looked like he was going to run with it, and
so they'll run the jet sweep. Noah Garvin with the tackle there on Tyler Newman.
That's a big call in this football game, Grant.
Unfortunately.
Shippensburg's defense had done what they had to do, and the officials bailed them out with a bad call.
So they'll give it to Strom, left side, breaks some tackles. Brought down there by number 12, Chris Sproul.
Again, Greyhounds had him at the line of scrimmage, but he broke the tackle. Again, like you said, maybe just a little too high.
Greyhounds make a substitution there, run a man off the field. First down and 10 for the Falcons.
Again, the umpire, there's no way he can tell he's offsides. He should not be throwing this flag on that. The two side guys can see it. There's no way he can see it. And I am on my soapbox again.
Well, rightfully so, JD. This has been some very poor officiating. And
I mean, he's 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 yards off the ball. There's no way he can see that the nose guard jumps off sides.
they'll hand it off to Strom up the middle.
Ran into Noah Garvin and Aiden Faust. Gain of 2.
Second down and 3 coming up from the Greyhounds 11. They'll give it up the middle of the Strom again. He'll pick up the first down. He keeps going. And he'll be brought down by Caleb Hauser.
Okay, now Shippensburg's defense needs to come up with some type of stop, force a field goal attempt.
First and goal now. This will be in the pistol.
They must have been lined up in the neutral zone. He didn't even throw his flag. He just blew his whistle and signaled off sides. That's even, to me, throw your flag.
He did throw it, JD. He's putting it away.
Okay. But I didn't see anybody jump. They must have been lined up in the neutral zone.
Strom up the middle for the Falcons. He'll be stopped short.
I believe Noah Garvin was one of the men in on the stop that time.
Approaching 8 minutes to go here in the ball game. Falcons will come out like a power I. They'll hand it off up the left side, and they get in for the touchdown.
Was it Pollock? I think it was number 11, Pollock, with the 3-yard run. After that horrible call against the Greyhounds, Lower Dauphin takes the lead 19-16.
If you're Lower Dauphin, you want to shake the official's hand after that one, as they got the great assist to keep that drive alive to lead to 6 points. Kreiser to attempt the point after. Kick is up, and it is good. 8:03 to go. Lower Dauphin leads Shippensburg 20-16. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the SportsPage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600 or visit kramerinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
9-play, 63-yard scoring drive, kept alive by the
officials.
15-yard penalty against Shippensburg. The Greyhounds have done their job, 3 plays, and Lower Dauphin shooting themselves in the foot with some backwards yardage and penalties and a bad snap. That usually takes all the rules off the kicker. It rolled between his legs. He picked it up, and Pollock now kicking off.
I would say at that point, when a punter bobbles the snap, JD, they become a runner at that point, correct?
Correct.
Souders receives it as 15 on the run, up the middle. And he'll make it out to the 35, and that's where the Greyhounds will set up shop for their next offensive possession with...
They just threw a flag. Oh, they're calling us for holding?
This late?
What?
After the play?
How did they call it that late? What is going on?
Well, after the play and whistles and everybody was running off the field, and then he throws the flag out. Wow.
That is really poor officiating. Really poor.
All right, so the Greyhounds are going to start from their own 25-yard line after the holding penalty.
Shippensburg needs to go on a nice 7-minute drive and punch in the end zone.
The motion severe. Handoff up the middle, Carruthers Jr. Carruthers Jr. almost broke it free again, brought down by a couple Falcons. Carruthers Jr. picks up the first down a little bit more across the 40, and we have a injured Falcon down on the turf. We'll step aside for a commercial break. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Way easier than translating texts and all emojis. Smiley face, siren, apple? Mom is eating a spicy apple? What? F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Our FlexLock line of credit lets you borrow from your home for big purchases. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. Oh, why did I teach her to text?
Shippensburg Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, with offices in Shippensburg, Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Newville, specializes in orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Our therapists are experts in utilizing the most current therapy techniques, from hands-on manipulation to therapeutic exercise and aquatic therapy. We are a locally owned and operated practice and have a vested interest in the individual patient and community. Shippensburg Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, online at shippt.com. Phone 717-477-8030.
Back here at Hershey Park Stadium, 7:51 remaining in the ball game after the injury timeout. Shippensburg with a nice run there from Mark Carruthers Jr. to move the chains for a first down. Low motion severe away from us. Up the middle again to Carruthers Jr. Not much there that time.
Yeah, they're sort of waiting for him that time. 1 yard gain.
Second down and 9 coming up for the Greyhounds. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. The motion severe. We'll give it to Haran going to the left side. Haran trying to get to the outside. Haran gets to the outside, picks up the first down and across midfield. Pushed out of bounds at the Falcon 35.
Pushed out of bounds, and then number 7 grabbed him by the shoulder pad and dragged him down. That probably should have been a, late hit out of bounds then. Yes, I'll probably nitpick everything the rest of the football game.
Rightfully so, JD. As the Falcons had the box loaded up there for Carruthers Jr., and instead the Greyhounds go to the left, outside with Haran and get a huge chunk play. First and 10 for the Greyhounds at the Falcons' 34-yard line. Macheski receiver near side here to us. Hernandez and Carruthers Jr. now the backs in the backfield. They'll bring Severe in motion towards us. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. Tries to find something up the middle and gets about a yard.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little stutter step there, nothing there. Just sort of put the foot in the ground, lower the shoulder pads, and run over somebody. Bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Greyhounds.
Under 6:30 to go in the ball game. Greyhounds looking to take some time off the clock with this drive and come out of it with some points. Carruthers Jr. and Haran now, the backs in the backfield. Macheski, receiver, far side. They'll motion Severe away from us. They'll give it to Haran, coming to the right side. Haran cuts it up, breaks a tackle.
I'm going to mark him probably a little short.
About a half-yard short of the first down. Saran did a nice job cutting it up and getting some yardage. Under 6 minutes to go.
Lower Dauphin making wholesale substitutions.
3rd down and 1 coming up for the Greyhounds. Carruthers Jr., Haran, the backs in the backfield. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr., but he's not going to get anything.
Yeah, somebody split the gap there and hit him in the backfield and was not able to get going.
4th down and 1 will be coming up for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, make it 4th and 2, actually.
Yep, 4th down and 2 now. It'll be a 1-yard loss on that carry. Pure Shippensburg. Lower Dauphin loading up that line. Try and get something outside, possibly. They'll give it to Haran, coming to the outside.
Pretty good block on the outside by Garvin, and the guy did a little fake job. He did a little, I got held, and he got the call.
Unbelievable. A penalty called that once again should not be called. It's not even a penalty, and it's going to cost the Greyhounds once again. Can't tell if that's black and white stripes or blue and white stripes the officials are wearing tonight. So that negates the first down run from Haran. That's what it should be, a first down for the Shippensburg Greyhounds, but instead it's now 4th down and 12. The motion Severe away from us. Carroll is going to roll out, looking to throw. Pass complete to Mike Severe. And I think they picked up the first down and a late flag. Mike Severe takes the hit and holds on. Enough for the first down. And I think it's a flag for the hit. The officials discussing the penalty call. It'll be a personal foul against Lower Dauphin. A first down tacked on with the penalty yardage.
I'm not sure. He might have been a half-yard short on that, Grant.
It looked like from up here where they marked him, it was, right on the marker, so. But a huge swing of events. The Greyhounds finally get a break their way. But let's not talk about the penalty there, even though that helped the Greyhounds even more. What a catch. Yes. And to hold on from Mike Severe. He took the hit. And what a throw from Carroll just to drop it in over the defender. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. left side, up the middle. Carruthers Jr. into the end zone. Touchdown, Shippensburg.
And then he got thrown to the ground 7 yards deep. That would help on the kickoff. .402 remaining, and Shippensburg punches it in. Seth Taylor on to attempt the point after. Mike Severe to hold. The kick is up. Splits the uprights. No, it is. Okay, it is good. 4:02 remaining. Shippensburg leads Lower Dauphin 23-20. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the SportsPage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Like easier than pronouncing Worcester? Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Oh, man. Yeah, there's no way anyone gets that on the first try. F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Our business banking relationship managers deliver the personalized service and speedy responses that help your small business do big things. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank. Member FDIC. Worcestershire. Worcestershire?
Eight play, 75-yard scoring drive by the Greyhounds to put them up 23-20, highlighted by the Xavier fourth down catch for a first down, and then the 12-yard touchdown run by Mark Carruthers Jr. And the Greyhounds, again, up 3 points with 4:02 left to go here in the ball game, and we can use one of Garvin's end zone kicks here.
Yes, Garvin has it teed up. Goddard, and it looks like Jacob Heindel, and you're just going to squib it. Received at the 30. And not much there. Number 11, Caleb Hauser on the tackle. I believe that was number 6 on the return for Lower Dauphin, Michael Dugan. UPMC offers comprehensive orthopedic and sports medicine care for patients of all ages with conditions ranging from sprains and fractures to neck and back disorders and everything in between. For locations and services close to home, visit upmc.com/Central PA Ortho. First down and 10 from their own 39-yard line. That's where the Falcons will set up shop. For their offensive possession, they have 2 timeouts remaining, 3:57 to go in the ball game. They'll give it to Strom up the middle. Noah Garvin is there, wraps him up, and a couple other Greyhounds there. Garvin with the tackle.
No gain on that. No, Garvin, unfortunately, was the player that called for roughing the punter.
Second down and 10 coming up.
He could play like a man possessed on this last possession here for Lower Dauphin.
Heckard's going to throw. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Newman. It hits the ground. So it'll be a third down and 10 coming up for the Falcons. .321 remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, I'd roll my defensive backs up just a little bit more so they can respond quicker to that when he does throw a quick out.
Put Newman on the far side. Sevier's backing off. Heckard's going to roll to his right, probably looking to try and get it to Newman. Now there's some pressure. Drake Eby with the sack. Huge sack for Shippensburg.
I was watching Xavier covering him downfield, and he did a good job, and nobody else was open. And then, like you said, Eby able to run him down from behind to throw a big loss back inside the 30, back to the 18.
Well, not only does Eby get the credit for some pressure and getting the sack, but also give credit to Colin Dupe as well. He also got through the offensive line and helped collapse the pocket, and that's what almost kind of bottled up Heckard, and it kind of forced him to kind of just have to backpedal a little, and then try to bounce it out, and that gave Eby enough time to come in for the sack.
Oh, they're lined up to go for it.
So the Falcons lining up to go for it. Now they're going to use a timeout, so that is their second timeout used with 2:33 remaining. Fourth down and 21 is what will be coming up for the Falcons here after the timeout from their own 28.
I mean, you weren't able to stop Shippensburg on really either drive they've had here in the second half. But, man, 4th and 21 from your own 28.
I guess Lower Dauphin feels this is the ball game here. Might be a different story, JD, if they did not use that early timeout and had all 3 timeouts.
They used that early timeout, and what happened right after it? They lost the fumble. So
now they're left with 2. Now they burn this one, so they have 1 left. Could be a totally different story if you're Lower Dauphin. If you had all 3 timeouts in that back pocket, then they probably would have punted it away and be like, you know what? We got 3 timeouts to work with. Let's throw the defense out there and see what we can do. But
a little different setup here. They got Newman in the slot. I look for him maybe to go out and up.
Yes, Newman's in the slot here, near side to us on the wide side of the field here. Heckard's looking to throw. Now he's going to have to scramble. Garvin falls down. Heckard looking for something. Nothing there. He will be brought down. Chris Sproul with the tackle.
And he had Newman breaking free right before that. Didn't pull the trigger. And Sproul able to, with a huge sack. Actually give him, actually he's going to get 1 yard gain out of it. So unfortunately it's not a sack, but you know what? We'll take that. 2:24 left to go in the ball game. 1 first down ought to seal it.
So 2:24 left in the ball game. Shippensburg takes over at the Falcons' 29-yard line. They have a 3-point lead, and Lower Dauphin only has 1 timeout remaining. It'll be Haran and Carruthers Jr. in the backfield. They'll give it to Carruthers Jr. trying to get to the left side, cuts it up. Brought down. And Lower Dauphin will not use a timeout yet. So now approaching 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Under 2 minutes to go now as the Greyhounds are going to really chew up this clock here.
Well, one thing you want to do is you want to stay inbounds. I think Shippensburg will bleed the whole way down and take a timeout.
And that's what the Greyhounds will do. They'll take the play clock all the way down, use a timeout. So 1:40 remaining here in the ball game. 2nd down and 9 will be coming up for the Greyhounds on the other side of the timeout. JD, the Greyhounds came out to play this second half.
Yes, they did. Well, that opening drive for Lower Dauphin, though, wasn't looking good. It was not looking good, and we got the turnover, and that's the break we needed. And then we, put it in, there, and we're looking good on that second possession for Lower Dauphin, and then just that bad call, and they're able to turn that into points, but Shippensburg came right back down the field with the answer. And their defense stepped up again there, but it's not over yet because we've seen some strange things happen. So we're not counting our chickens before they're hatched tonight. See if you can pick up this first down. If anything, you make Lower Dauphin use their last time out here along the way somewhere.
So we'll see here. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Greyhounds at the Falcons' 28-yard line. 1:40 to go in the ball game. Carruthers Jr. and Haran, the backs in the backfield.
I think we moved.
And that is not what you want if you're the Greyhounds. Miscommunication there on the snap count.
Yeah, because Sevier went in motion and everybody. Yeah, they started the clock and they shouldn't have. It should be 1:40 on the clock.
Officials correcting the game clock here. 1:40, 2 seconds getting put back on. So 1:40 to go here. So 2nd down and 14 coming up for the Greyhounds after the 5-yard penalty. The motion Sevier. We'll give it to Haran going to the left side. Haran trying to cut it up. Breaks a couple tackles.
No, that's actually where the 5-yard penalty did hurt because he picked up that yardage. Get back to where they.
The Falcons will not use their last timeout.
Well, they'll definitely use it after 3rd down here.
So the Greyhounds will let the clock run down again and use their timeout.
Use their 2nd of 3.
And they'll get it down under a minute here before having to use their timeout. They'll get it all the way down to about 54 seconds, 53. And Shippensburg will use their second timeout. 53 seconds remaining in the ball game. Shippensburg leads Lower Dauphin 23-20. You're listening to the Greyhounds on the F&M Trust Sports Network. That's on midpennbroadcasting.com, thesportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio, WIOO Carlisle 93.9 FM. Alongside J.D. Davidson, I'm Grant Cummer, and we got Bobby Cummer running the camera for us tonight.
Now this coach for Lower Dauphin is out here working the official for something. And now he's going over there and they're having a little discussion here. Maybe it was about the time.
So 53 seconds remaining. And then as Carruthers Jr. just had nowhere to go as that play was blown up. So 48 seconds now remaining in the ball game.
Well, do you run the same play you run the Severe for the last first down? Or you throw, maybe try to throw a fade pattern to Macheski in the end zone? If it gets intercepted at the goal line, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
He gets intercepted in the end zone, you tackle him there. Grant, we pick up 11 yards in field position on that, so.
We'll see what the Greyhounds dial up here. It definitely would almost be the smart play to take a shot to the end zone and, try and have it set up that it's short of the end zone. You're going to have enough for the first down, short enough for the end zone, so if you do get picked off, Lower Dauphin can't take a touchback by picking it off in the end zone, So kind of know the field, play that to your advantage, and maybe try and seal the ball game.
Well, Cheski's on the far side of the field away from us, and Severe's out wide to this side, so.
And as it looks from up here, JD, there is absolutely zero safety help over top. The box is loaded. So if Carroll's going to try and do something, he's going to have to get rid of it. He's going to look to Severe across the middle. Pass is.
Oh, he's saying incomplete. I thought he caught it. Oh, no, it's back. Okay.
Incomplete.
Carroll had maybe a little bit more time to look that over. He broke open. Just put it on his numbers. 43 seconds left to go in the ball game.
So 43 seconds, the Falcons will have the ball at their own 31. No timeouts remaining. They're going to try and target Tyler Newman. Heckard's going to roll to his left, looking to throw. A little hitch and go to Newman. They're going to throw it up to him. Almost. He got behind Gonzalez, and the Greyhounds got lucky.
You cannot let him get behind you in that situation. And they're talking to Gonzalez right now, but be honest with you, the safety needs to probably come and be over the top. That took 7 seconds, down to 36 seconds left to go here in the ball game. If they come with that same lineup, I'd send Eby across the field here. Bring him over here and have him rush off this side.
And now Shippensburg will use their last timeout, talk things over on the defensive end, make sure everybody's lined up right, knows their assignments, and probably just some reminders from Coach Singer to not fall for the double moves and keep everything in front of you.
Like I said, if they're just going to have that one receiver over there, Eby's been rushing off that. If they line up that same one, just bring him over here and have him crash off this end where, keeps Heckard from rolling out to this side and forcing back the now. Might lose a little bit of containment on that side, but if your defensive end on that side knows that he's flipped over to the other side, that he stays wide enough that if he does flush him back to him, he can make the tackle. That's what the Greyhounds need right here, right now, like a big sack that takes and the clock runs.
So 36 seconds is what remains here in the fourth quarter. Shippensburg leads 23-20. Another close battle the Greyhounds are involved in JD. We talked about it at the top of the broadcast. The Greyhounds are no stranger to close battles.
Neither's Lower Dauphin, like you said. You know.
2nd and 10 coming up for the Falcons. They'll be in the gun this time. Heckard's going to roll to his left. Looking to throw. Nothing there. Staying behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, that's the best thing that could happen, the drop pass. Stops the clock with 29 seconds left. Now, he was close enough to get the first down, so they could have, after they set the sticks, they could have very easily got up there and spiked it, but now they're down to 29. I ran 7 seconds off on each of the last 2 plays.
So it's 3rd down and 10 coming up.
I mean, he's rolling this way. I'd send somebody from this side, like I'd send Faust. I think they sent him the last time, yeah.
Faust on some pressure again. Here comes Garvin. And they tried the lateral play, but Goddard had his knee down.
First down.
So they picked up a first down with that play and then tried to do a little hook and lateral. Now they're going to heave it up. Lower Dauphin trying to get something.
I'm not so, I mean, that's what I would have thought, but he did sort of intentionally.
That one is. That one's questionable for me. It looks like it could go either way. Severe, from up here, kind of, put his hands up and then kind of cut in front of him to slow him down. If he would have turned his head and then maybe ran into him at the same time, that probably would have helped him out a lot more. But with throwing his hands up and then getting in front of the receiver like he did, that really didn't help his case. So 13 seconds remaining. Ball on the Greyhounds' 42-yard line now for the Falcons. Heckard's going to roll to his white. Faust. Pass complete to Goddard. Steps out of bounds at the 30. 6 seconds remaining. And they're going to trot out the field goal unit here.
I don't think he's got the leg. He might have the leg for it, but he's cramped up the entire second half, so I'm not sure.
So 6 seconds remaining. Lower Dauphin is going to try and kick a game-tying field goal here. Probably about 43 yards. The kick is up. It is going. No good! Hits the goalpost! 1 second on the clock, but Shippensburg will walk out of here with a 23-20 win over Lower Dauphin.
1 snap left. Take a knee. I was wrong. The kid was cramping up the entire second half. He was able, and it was his plant foot. He was able to get his plant foot down, and boy, let me tell you, he had enough leg to get there, but it just hit the upright and fell to the ground, and Shippensburg's going to survive one more week. And yes, after the missed field goal, it made it to the end zone, so the ball comes out to the 20.
So all Shippensburg has to do here, take a snap and take a knee. And that will do it here at Hershey Park Stadium. Carroll takes the knee, the clock hits 0, and Shippensburg will come out of here with a 23-20 win over Lower Dauphin. We'll step aside here for a commercial break and come back with our post-game wrap-up. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on midprivate.broadcasting.com, thesportspage.blog, and Country Gold Radio.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Easier than counting the planets, at least. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Wait, what happened to Pluto?